Welcome to the Baby Therapist's Crash Course, where we help you navigate the wild world of counseling and crush those board exams with confidence. Whether you're fresh out of grad school or knee-deep in client sessions, this podcast is your go-to guide for mastering the skills you need to succeed. I'm Tia Marie, your host and fellow baby therapist, here to break down complex concepts, share study tips, and get you exam ready without the stress. Let's dive in. Key approaches in couples therapy, finding the right fit for every relationship. Welcome to today's episode, where we're diving deep into the world of couples therapy. Have you ever wondered why some couples seem to work through their issues, while others stay stuck in the same negative cycles? It turns out much of it comes down to how couples work through their problems, and that's where therapy comes in. Today we'll break down 3 of the most effective approaches in couples therapy, helping you understand how each works, and which might be best for different types of relationship challenges. Whether you're in a relationship yourself, or just curious about how these therapies can help others, stick with us. You might just find some answers to those nagging questions about love, conflict, and connection. Relationships aren't easy. Every couple, no matter how strong, faces moments of conflict, disconnection, or misunderstandings. But when those moments start to feel like patterns, when the arguments are frequent, when the distance between partners seems to grow, or when unresolved issues are weighing the relationship down, that's when couples therapy can really help. There are different approaches therapists use depending on what's going on within the relationship. And today we're going to focus on 3 of the most popular and effective methods: emotionally focused therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy for couples, and structural family therapy. Each approach has its own strengths, depending on what the couple is struggling with, and we'll break them down in a way that's easy to understand. So, let's jump in. Part 1, Emotionally Focused Therapy, EFT. First up is Emotionally Focused Therapy, or EFT, which is all about emotion. Surprise, surprise, right? But it goes deeper than just feelings. EFT focuses on the emotional bonds between partners, particularly looking at attachment needs. Now, imagine this. In many relationships, underneath the surface level arguments, there's often a deep fear of abandonment or rejection. EFT helps couples identify and work through these deeper emotional patterns. For example, one partner might have a fear of being left behind, and that fear can manifest as anger or neediness. EFT helps the couple understand these underlying emotional triggers and teaches them how to restructure their interactions to create a stronger emotional bond. EFT is structured into 3 stages. The first stage is de-escalation, where the therapist helps the couple recognize and slow down negative cycles, like recurring fights or emotional withdrawal. Next comes restructuring interactions. This is where the couple works on creating new ways of interacting that support emotional connection and safety. Finally, in consolidating improvements, the couple builds on these positive changes to maintain the healthier, more supportive relationship they've worked to create. EFT is perfect for couples dealing with emotional disconnection, ongoing arguments, or unmet emotional needs. It really shines when attachment and bonding are at the heart of the problem. If you're in a relationship where it feels like you just can't get through to each other on an emotional level, EFT might be the right approach to explore. Part 2, Cognitive Behavioral Therapy for Couples, CBT-C. Next we have Cognitive Behavioral Therapy for Couples, or CBT-C. While EFT is all about emotions and attachment, CBT-C focuses on thought patterns and behaviors. Essentially, it helps couples modify the way they think about and act toward each other, which can make a huge difference in how they communicate and solve problems. Here's an example. Let's say one partner often thinks, they never listen to me, or they always criticize me. These are what we call cognitive distortions, exaggerated or biased ways of thinking. In CBT-C, the therapist helps the couple challenge these negative thoughts and replace them with more balanced, realistic ones. CBT-C also emphasizes communication training and problem-solving skills. Couples learn how to communicate more effectively, listen to each other's perspectives, and find solutions that work for both partners. It's particularly effective for couples struggling with ongoing conflict or communication breakdowns. Unlike EFT, which dives into deep emotional layers, CBT-C focuses more on practical strategies. If a couple's primary issue is poor communication, unresolved arguments, or negative assumptions about each other, CBT-C can offer tools to break those patterns and create healthier, more effective ways of interacting. Part 3, Structural Family Therapy. Our third approach is structural family therapy. This one takes a step back from the couple itself and looks at the larger family dynamics that might be influencing the relationship. Ever feel like your relationship is complicated by family roles, boundaries, or expectations? This is where structural family therapy shines. In this approach, the therapist looks at the couple in the context of the family structure. This could mean addressing blurred boundaries between parents and children, or helping a couple navigate unclear roles within the household. For example, if one partner feels like they're playing both the spouse and the parent to their partner, it might be time to realign those roles and boundaries. Structural family therapy works to realign family subsystems. That might mean redefining the boundaries between partners or between parents and children. The idea is to strengthen the couple's relationship by addressing these broader family dynamics, which often go unnoticed but play a huge role in the couple's day-to-day interactions. This approach is particularly helpful when a couple's conflict is influenced by external family dynamics. Think of situations where in-laws are too involved, or when a couple struggles with managing their roles as both parents and partners. By addressing these structural issues, couples can redefine their relationship within the context of their larger family unit. Overview and key takeaways. So, let's recap the 3 therapies we've explored today. Emotionally focused. Therapy, EFT, focuses on uncovering the deeper emotional needs within the relationship, particularly attachment needs. It's perfect for couples dealing with emotional disconnection, fear of abandonment, or recurring conflicts that stem from unmet emotional needs. Cognitive behavioral therapy for couples, CBT-C, is more focused on the practical side, helping couples identify and change negative thought patterns and behaviors. It's ideal for couples struggling with communication problems, constant arguments, or cognitive distortions about each other. Structural family therapy looks at the bigger picture, focusing on the family structure, boundaries, and roles that affect the couple's dynamics. This approach is best when broader family issues or unclear family roles are contributing to the couple's problems. Each of these approaches has its own strengths, and the key to successful couples therapy is matching the right method to the couple's unique challenges. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode on couples therapy approaches. Remember, every relationship is unique, and finding the right kind of support can make all the difference. Whether you're a therapist, someone in a relationship, or just curious about how these methods work, I hope you've learned something valuable today. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with someone who might benefit from learning more about these different therapy approaches. Relationships are hard work, but with the right tools and guidance, they can also be one of the most rewarding aspects of life. Want to support this podcast? Show your appreciation through my Ko-fi page at ko-fi.com/the-baby-therapist-CC. Take care, and we'll catch you next time on the next episode.